Halloween Horror Nights is just around the corner, and we have some updates about the event that we feel like is important for you to know. And we're going to be doing our traditional hype list with a little bit of a twist this year. Hello, everybody. I am Ryno, and joining me on today's episode of the Universal Show, we have Dreams Unlimited travel agent Hannah Anderson.
Hi.
Hi, Hannah. Thank you for being here. I'm glad we could make your deal and have you on the show today.
Oh, I know. I gotta tell you, I'm very excited to be on this hype list today and be really excited. Actually hyped.
I can't. It's like you're sitting on this Halloween Horror Nights blanket. I can see the posters behind you that nobody else can really see except for me and you. And I am just,
our eyes only.
So ready.
Yes.
It's our little treat for ourselves. Yeah. Someday I'm gonna, I think, put your camera behind my left shoulder so that you'll be able to see that corner better. Because really,
fantastic.
it's one of those things that just is getting me excited. Mm-hmm. One of the things I look forward to every year, the event poster, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get started on today's discussion, because we've got updates about the event, we've got the hype list, we've got who knows what. I just want to remind everybody that this and everything that we do here is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel. They are experts at helping you plan that perfect universal vacation. When you book with them, it costs you nothing extra on your trip. You help support the channel and all of the content that we produce here. You can even buy your Halloween Horror Nights tickets through Dreams Unlimited Travel. You don't have to book the whole vacation. Mm-hmm. Just do a ticket.
I have plenty of clients that are doing that. Yeah, just buy your tickets with us.
Yeah. And you can do the express through you as well, all that stuff.
RIP tours, Unmasking the Horror, the lights on.
Yeah.
Walkthroughs of the house, Scream Early tickets, all of those good things.
Yeah. Things that I just can't wait to be a part of this event. I can't wait. But
I know.
If you want to, if that interests any of you, dreamsunlimitedtravel.com, you can get a free no obligation quote. They'll literally just tell you how much it costs. And if you're like, too much, you can back out. But if you're like, that's a deal, they'll help you out over there. So dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. And then, of course, it is also brought to you by our Patreon supporters. If you're looking for another way to support us without booking a vacation or buying tickets, you have our Patreon, which is found at patreon.com/DizUnlimited. And over there, you're going to find exclusive content from Hannah, myself. I motioned to myself as if I was Hannah and then pointed to you as if you were myself. I'd like
in the same.
Well, allow myself to introduce myself.
Hey, a tease for Patreon.
Yeah,
I've
please.
decided. So I normally do a segment called Hannah's Hot Takes. And I'm going to have a new segment. It's going to roll out last weekend of August, first weekend.
Oh.
And I'm going to call it, Are You For Real? And I'm going to do it in the fog.
Oh, I like that. That's very cool.
Yeah,
See,
so it's a version.
Yeah.
It's a seasonal version of Hannah's Hot Takes. So.
I love that.
See you there.
Yes, and speaking of that, we also need to do a Hannah's Holiday special again this year, and maybe we'll do it at Universal. Maybe we'll do it at Disney. I don't know where we'll do it, but we
can't wait.
Lots of fun things to look forward to over here. But without further ado, I want to get into the reason for the season, which is Halloween Horror Nights. We love it. We're here. I'm so excited. Hannah's first year having a frequent fear pass.
Yeah.
And I look forward to going to you. We're going to be there opening night of the event, opening weekend.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty much going to be glued to that park.
We will.
And there are some things that I feel like were really important that have come out to share because for somebody like me who's got everything down to like a science at this point with Halloween Horror Nights, it's a little bit of a wrench because there are some changes coming to the Stay and Scream, right?
Yeah, there are. So new this year, Stay and Scream is not, if you are already in the park, whether you have a day ticket or an annual pass, or if you've purchased the Scream Early ticket, which is $55 pre-tax, every night of Halloween Horror Nights, you are free to roam the park now. So you get a wristband as early as 3 p.m., and then you can start lining up for the houses as early as 4 p.m. And I feel like that is the real kicker. The perk is that you are no longer isolated to a certain area of the park. You get your wristband. Technically, you could go ride rides. You could go eat dinner, whatever. You could enjoy yourself. But that lining up for the house as early as 4 p.m., that's what I am curious about. Also,
we're definitely going to report back to that.
Yeah,
about that
we're going to test it out.
But I am worried that it's going to it's going to cause longer lines for those original houses, because I think the thing to pay attention to when you're doing the Stay and Scream is don't think that, okay, once the park's closed at like 5 p.m., and the event doesn't start till 6, I can't remember what time, 6:30 or 6?
Yeah, they, I think it officially starts at 7, but they typically let people in between 6 and 6:30 and open the houses.
And the houses will, oftentimes, a couple of the houses will open earlier will open at like 6.
Yeah.
You got to pay attention to that, because they'll usually say the house doesn't open till 6:30. It's either in the app or by the house or something. So it's interesting that you're going to be wristbanded and walking through this whole park. But that's where I'm like, will you be able to like hang out at like, I know sometimes, and I've seen it in pictures of the park being set up, that there is the bar area in front of animal actors. Traditionally, the
like are the bars going to be open?
Finnegan's?
Finnegan's.
Jeez Louise. Finnegan's. Finnegan's usually is a popular Stay and Scream area, which is usually the one I pick because you get the most sort of access to the other areas.
You don't have to pick an area now.
Yeah, but like, will I still be able to sit there with my Blinky cup and like get a beer and just sit and wait? Because I would wait.
So.
My like tried and true thing was, I don't get in the line while I'm in the Stay and Scream. I wait. Once the lines start moving forward, because a lot of times they're pre-staging, I wait. And once I see somebody start to come out of the house, then I get in the line.
Which is a great tip.
Because otherwise you're just standing in a line not moving because it's not open yet. And so you ultimately end up being in the line longer during Stay and Scream than you do before. So you really have to it requires some critical thinking while you're in there. And a lot of people get nervous, and I get it. Listen, if you're there for just the one house, 100% understand that. Like, I would definitely, when Stranger Things, like 2 years ago, when they had Stranger Things again, I was like glued to that line, because it was a 2.5 hour wait every night. And I was like, I'm not waiting 2.5 hours. So I ended up waiting like 90 minutes.
And I think that might be the case this year with the IPs they have. I am curious how busy it's going to be. But to your point, if the line opens at 4 and the house doesn't open until 6:30, you are waiting in line for 2.5 hours. And especially early in the season, like 4 to 6:30 is very hot, and it often rains during that time frame. So I'm like, really, for me, depending on how it goes, it kind of is a deterrent to do Stay and Scream for me. Potentially.
So we'll definitely
we'll do the research,
cover that and come back at you with more of that information and see how it plays out. Because I think opening weekend is going to be a big tell, and then usually that like following weekend. So we're definitely going to report back on that, because it is a switch up. And then I also know a lot of people, like myself or other people who are tiptoeing into Halloween Horror Nights who are maybe a little bit of scaredy cats, like I always was, and and still maintain that I am. I like to have that drink and like ease myself into it. And we talked before the show, sometimes you're just like, I just want to sit and soak in the vibes a little bit and then be like prepped and ready. Also, sometimes I like it to be a little bit darker, because it is extra frightening when your eyes are like,
don't adjust.
And you're walking through and you're like, it's pitch black and I can't see anything. And my eyes won't. And
so last year I felt like such a diva. But that was one of the tips I read. If you're a scaredy cat, is to leave your sunglasses on in the house, because to help your eyes adjust. And so I did that in a couple of houses, and I felt like, ooh, who is she? Celebrity.
Another thing which kind of took me by surprise that I'm a little bummed out about.
Me too.
Is this year's tribute store is going to be like part of Sahara Traders, which is the exit for the Mummy, which is still open during the attraction. Apparently it has something to do with there is not a safe way to exit where the tribute store normally would be because of the current construction for
Rip Ride Rocket.
Rip Ride Rocket, yeah. And I get it, but I wish the tribute store, and now they've put a store. I think there's like another store back where the summer tribute store was last year, or where the Mardi Gras tribute store was, because that was in Hollywood, I think.
The Williams of Hollywood, that location.
Yeah. And so now it's in Sahara Traders and the arcade, and I was like, there's no way that's a big enough tribute store. It's just one store, and so I'm like a little bit bummed out.
Yeah, because I think even before going to Horror Nights, that was something I always enjoyed, because you can go through there as a day guest, and it was kind of like a mini, not scary experience, because each room had a theme, and it just felt like a maze that kept going. So I I don't know. I mean, I feel like overall I'm happy with this year's event. So I feel like maybe they're giving us more in other areas to compensate for this. But I also don't understand why they didn't take over that Williams of Hollywood space. I know they've been using it as like a pass holder and team member discount store. But like,
I
that
feel
seems
like
like a low priority.
more money to be made on
Of
this than that.
course.
And that's the part
And
where
they
I'm
did a
like,
good,
okay.
I remember, I forget the Legends of the Swamp, whatever it was called, the Mardi Gras tribute store they had this year. The theme in that was great, and it did kind of wind through like a Halloween tribute store. And they had that swamp area that, like, I walked through it, and I was like, man, this is feeling like Halloween Horror Nights. So, yeah, I don't know, but hopefully we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I'm staying open-minded.
Yes.
Open like a carved-out jack-o'-lantern.
No.
Yeah. So just something important for people to know, I feel like, planning the trip. And again, we're obviously we're going to have a shopping video on the YouTube channel and take you through the new tribute store, show you some of that Halloween Horror Nights merch. Some of it's out now. Some more is coming. There's like this Japanese... it's a character that was created for the Halloween Horror Nights in Japan is now coming
for the first time ever to a domestic park.
And at first I was like, oh, okay, like that's cool. I like when they do that stuff. And then this time I was like,
he's kind of cute.
Yeah, there's like a teddy bear and he's got like these sort of, I don't want to be like they're ripped out intestines, but they kind of,
I mean, that's definitely what they're going for.
It's like Hamikuma is his name or something like that.
I like there's a little keychain version of it. We kept saying this can be our La Boo Boo.
Oh yeah, baby, that's our La Boo Boo. Oh, it's so twisted La Boo Boo.
Not to be confused with Lil Boo.
But Lil Boo.
Yeah, totally different.
But I want the Hamikuma, the plus size one, but I definitely want these little keychains because there's like a pink one that's super cute.
Yep.
There's one with like a little.
I'm telling you, that's gonna be the hot commodity. So we're gonna go early to the tribute store and hopefully.
I hopefully we'll see some of this beforehand. Was it
tribute
announced?
Store opens the Tuesday before the event. So
yeah, wait, was that officially announced?
Yes.
Or did we just do the backwards? Okay,
it officially was announced.
Yeah, so that is exciting, and I am very.
So August 26th.
26th. Okay. For some reason, the 24th is like sticking in my head, but that makes sense.
Yeah, the 26th will officially open.
Okay. I'm very, very excited for that.
We got a date.
Oh, yeah. We going. We're going. That's a Tuesday.
I know.
Yeah, we'll go right after our Disney show. Yeah.
Our prior engagement.
Yeah. We don't speak of that here. But lots to look forward to. So now, without further ado, I feel like we've talked about it. We've had episodes. We've told you all the scare zones. We've told you all the houses. If you're not familiar, just go back, listen to the episode. I think it was the episode, honestly, like one or two before this. It's somewhere right in there. But we know all the scare zones now, which we only have 4 instead of 5, but it's because we're getting 2 street things. And then we have 2 shows because we've got the Return of the Lagoon show. We've got the return of Nightmare Fuel, and then 10 houses. So I think this is going to be a very full, very exciting year.
Yeah.
So this year I said for the hype list, I know it's normally just the houses and my house order is still correct, but I wanted to throw everything in it.
The only right.
Well, no, yours could be right too. It's fine. Yeah.
I know ours are going to be different.
I think they're going to be very different. But this year I wanted to throw the curveball in and I wanted to include, because I've been feeling a certain way and I'm very like desperate for Halloween this year, but I'm like, there's these other elements of Halloween Horror Nights. So we always talk about the hype of the house, but for me, you talked about it, is sometimes it's that atmosphere. So like it's the scare zones, it's the food, it's the show, and the Lagoon show is definitely way up there for me. So I wanted to include it all together, and we're going down the things we're most hyped for. We're not including Dead Coconut Club, so it's part of the hard ticket event.
The ticketed experience.
Yeah, which we did learn that the Dead Coconut Club, I guess it was official. I don't know if it was. Which is also, I think that starts
official.
that Tuesday. Before, I could be wrong.
I thought they didn't do it. They don't do it on Tuesdays because we try to go after the show. But I think it follows.
There's an annual pass holder preview.
Preview. That's what it is. Okay.
And I could be wrong. I think it might be that day. I sent it to you.
You did
on Instagram, maybe. So I would check that.
Okay, so it's Coven. And the logo looks like the Nevermore School logo from Wednesday, the series on Netflix. And it's been announced by an unofficial source that typically you can trust. So it's not at the time we're recording this. Universal has not officially announced it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm feeling.
I'd bank on it. I feel like there was a preview last year for stuff, and there usually is like the.
Yeah, I would bank on this. Yeah. Just while we're talking about it, I'm not jazzed about this. I got to be honest. If that is the theme, I don't know. It looks like a ripoff of Wednesday, and I'm like.
Also, we already have a vampire scare zone, so sometimes I'm like, oh no, Coven is witches. I'm an idiot.
Right, yeah. But I mean. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Dead Coconut Club, they always do a great job. I mean, it's like an extension of Halloween Horror Nights, and it's a little something extra, which I do ultimately love. And I am looking forward to going, but we'll see. I wasn't hyped for it like I was some of these other things. So
I'm actually going to do a little insert right here and take a moment to talk about some of the food that we just learned about coming to the event this year. So first off, we have the Yum Yum deviled eggs from Fallout. This item features coconut panna cotta eggs stuffed with bright yellow pineapple whipped ganache and is sprinkled with tahini seasoning. And what a bummer that they're not actual deviled eggs, because I would have torn those up. We have the Clown Cafe Bloody Popcorn from Terrifier. It's crunchy popcorn chicken, pepperoni, and marinara blood sauce topped with Parmesan cheese. It's a little confusing description because the photo shows literal popcorn. We'll have to investigate this one a little bit more. We have elotes from Jason Universe. This is grilled corn on a husk. Comes with your choice of garnish, cotija cheese, and tahini or crushed Flamin' Hot Cheetos. There is the Huskus Muscle Man Slop from WWE presents The Horrors of Wyatt 6. This item brings savory and sweet together with beef sloppy joe, jalapeno bacon, dill pickled chips, and cheese sauce. For El Artista of Spanish Haunting, we have Artist's Palette, which is sugar-coated churros that come with 3 dipping sauces. There's dulce de leche, raspberry jam, and Bavarian cream. We have Death by a Cheese Stick from Cursed Carnival. I assume this is a tie-in to Nightmare Fuel, but maybe it's Terrifier. I don't really know what the Cursed Carnival reference is, but this one's screaming Hannah's name. It's a mozzarella cheese stick and comes with a spicy marinara sauce, and it is enormous. There is Lila's Temper Tantrum Tendies from Doll's Let's Play Dead. These are golden chicken tenders that come with a choice of a sauce like garlic parmesan with spicy marinara sauce or mesquite barbecue ranch with bourbon barbecue sauce. Another one made for Hannah is the Birria Beef Walking Taco from the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. We love a walking taco, and this one comes with birria beef, red onions, scallions, consomme, and Tostitos Sobritas Salsa Verde. There's a cupcake, but it's not just any cupcake. It's cupcake from Five Nights at Freddy's. This chocolate cupcake is inspired by the Manic animatronic, and it is a cream cheese buttercream icing covered treat filled with cannoli cream and a raspberry insert. Of course, the event will see the return of the classic pizza fries. If you're unaware or have not had the pleasure, the base is crinkle cut fries topped with pepperoni, sausage, and melted cheese, and oh my gosh, is it so good and satisfying. The Twisted Tater is taking on a new form this year with Twisted Tater chips. They come with either spicy cheddar or ranch and vinegar. We got some beverages to talk about as well, starting with Radaway from Fallout. This drink is lemonade with chipotle pineapple mixed with spiced brown sugar syrup and comes with a souvenir bag that they say is a near exact replica from the TV series Fallout. I am sure that Hannah is definitely going to want this one too. There is the Starry Night Spritz from Terrifier. This is made with Grand Gala orange liqueur, cranberry juice with Cavaccioli, 1928 Prosecco with a rosemary sprig on top. Camp counselors beware, we have the Crystal Lake Coffee from Jason Universe, which will give you a boost of caffeine. It's Seagram's 7 whiskey, DePucker creme de cacao liqueur, cold brew concentrate, and toasted marshmallow syrup. That actually sounds really good. I want to try that, especially at 11 p.m. when this event goes till 2 a.m. We have the Light the Way from WWE presents The Horrors of Wyatt 6. This cocktail, named after the famous phrase by the late WWE wrestler Brian Wyatt, gets its blue color from blue curacao syrup. It's mixed with Firefly White Lightning Moonshine, Firefly Peach Moonshine, Super Sour, Simple Syrup, and Seagram's Tonic Water. Super Sour is apparently a hot item in the theme park drink community right now, I guess. There is the Pack Mule cocktail with Cuervo Tradicional Blanco Tequila, tequila, de pucker creme de cassis liqueur, and ginger beer. The Witch's Brew is a foggy French 75 made with Prosecco and elderflower, served over dry ice to get that beautiful fog effect. At the Universal Orlando hotels, you're going to find the Bloody Sour, which is a whiskey sour topped with Pinot Noir. Available at Swizzle Lounge at Universal Cabana Bay Beach Resort, you have the Spicy Jack O'Rita, which mixes pumpkin puree with Reposado tequila, chile liqueur, and lime juice, and has a tahini seasoning rim, and is calling my name. Drink me. So here's the question. Do we want to let, because I know years past we'll trade back and forth, but because I feel like there's so much involved in this year.
I wouldn't be able to keep up with what
I feel like we should just each do our complete list.
Okay, yeah, I agree.
And do we want to start bottom to top? So like, what's the thing?
Yeah, let's do that.
What's the thing you're least hyped about?
For me, it's club horror.
Oh my God, that's mine too. Yeah.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
I just imagine myself walking through it and being like, I'm too old for this. Like, maybe I should go home. Like, I just imagine it being like, I don't know. Like, I mean, listen, I like to go out and have fun, sort of. Well, I say that, I really don't. But I don't know. I just imagine it being like, what? What is this? Like, you're killing. I just don't imagine it being spooky. I imagine it kind of being like last year's theme, like neon and the skulls and like dancing that makes me uncomfortable and music I'm like not really familiar with. Too much bass. Like, it taking me out of my vibe.
Sometimes I worry, I used this word before, and I know sometimes people have a problem with it where I say something is like aggressively heterosexual, where it feels very,
yeah,
very
I see
like,
what you're saying.
Women would debate, every low cuts and the thing. And sorry, Halloween Horror Nights is like rated R and MA, so I don't know how to not to tiptoe into this.
I know what you're saying, though, because I will say that was the stereotype I had before going to Halloween Horror Nights, where I was like, I mean, I would have like friends or like Bentley send me clips and stuff, and I'd be like, what the hell? Oh, sorry. What the heck is this? Like, I would be like, this just feels, I don't know, like a little more nightclubby than, and listen, ain't nothing wrong with a nightclub.
I hope everybody's represented up there. That's all.
All right. So, I mean, going off of that, my bottom up, my next one is Nightmare Fuel. And I haven't.
Okay. I said I wasn't going to interrupt you.
It's
also mine.
Yes.
Okay.
Because kind of for the same reasons. And I feel really terrible judging this because I have not actually seen the show. I've only seen clips of it. But it kind of gives off the same thing. Where it's, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I watched a YouTube video of it and I'm like, these are just it feels like a very talented. I mean, it's very Cirque du Soleil. They're very talented people, but it feels very burlesque-y. Like, it feels, I'm like, just call it what it is, Like, I mean, listen, I've been to plenty of burlesque shows. It's a good time. But it just, I don't know. And then also, I don't know. I guess it's the idea of, like, because you have to line up for it. It's not like you can just, like, pop in and see it. And so if I'm going to commit to, like, lining up to something, like, I want it to be a house. And so it's a time sucker, a time commitment. I am going to do it this year. I know people love it. Can I tell you something else that, like, oh God, people are going to roast me for this. So the My Chemical Romance, the Black Parade thing where everybody's like yelling it stresses me out. And I'm like really happy that people have that to bond over. I loved My Chemical Romance, no shade, but there's just something about it that I'm like, I don't know, man. It just like doesn't feel like me. So I'm going to see it today. Those performers are extremely talented. I'm going to do it. I'm going to try to reserve judgment. Okay, next on the list is Dolls Let's Play. I don't know. I'm just like not jazzed about it. I think the one thing that's going to be cool about it is the scale of things because you're shrunk down to the size of a doll. So I'm hoping maybe there's some like kind of like cool like dollhouse type things where you feel like you're in a dollhouse. Like I would like that. And I also kind of imagine a little bit like Sid from Toy Story, some stuff like that. So I hope that it kind of leans maybe a little bit campy. I think leaning on some of those like scale things. Like I hope at some point like you walk through a giant dollhouse, maybe that would make it good. Next up is Origins of Horror. So this is a scare zone. I kind of hate putting it at the bottom because like it's almost not fair. Like so they didn't really have this. I feel like last year, like they had the Halloween Horror Nights lit up sign, and then they had some guys with chainsaws, but there wasn't like this kind of like introduction to the event with, some of the characters from the houses and things like they've done in years past. So for me, I am very happy it's back, but I mean, it's sort of a scare zone, I guess. I mean, it's definitely a scare zone, but I feel like it's more of it's the red carpet for the event. And then here's the other thing I think about is that because last year I mostly did Stay and Scream, I don't know how many times I'm actually going to have that experience of like walking through the entrance once it starts. Do you know what I mean? To like get
I
the
think
full...
you are mistaken about this area. So I will be interested to see how it shapes
Well, and I
up for
will
you
say
later.
I have not experienced it. So, a scare zone similar to this. I've also not experienced, because I only went last year, which I feel like I shouldn't even tell. I mean, I know people know, but it makes my opinion way less credible. But I've not experienced anything like it. Okay, next thing on my list is a Grave of Flesh. Ooh, I think it's too literal, and also as somebody who's had death in the family, it might be a little triggering. Okay, Masquerade Scare Zone. I don't know, scare zone in Hollywood, it sometimes just falls a little flat. It feels a little like too open.
Hollywood can do that, yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little too open.
It can sometimes be, especially after last year, it was very platform
was
like heavy, and it was like, what are we doing in here?
Yeah, so I'm like, I like the theme a little bit better. Next up, The Horrors of White 6. I'm very happy.
Your husband's upset now.
I know. And that's the other thing. I'm like happy for him, sad for me.
Yeah.
Not sad for me. I am very happy for Bray Wyatt and his family and wrestling fans, and I think they could do some really cool things with that. I am very excited for this will come up later on my list is the Firefly Funhouse food booth. I think that has the potential to be cute and campy. Okay, Mel's Die-In, the Streetmosphere experience. I am so I think that's a very cool. I like that they're playing into the Mel's Die-In thing. I feel like that's like a big culture thing with Halloween Horror Nights. Like they had the shirt, you take photos out there. It's like, it's a thing. So I like that they're playing into it. My only fear is that like, it's a great photo spot. Like I don't want to be like too disruptive. Like I want it to like add to the vibes, but I don't want to be like, I want to be like, can I please take my photo? Like, please don't be like, oh, I'm a zombie. Here's your milkshake. Like, okay, thank you. Just give me a second. All right. Next, El Artista, a Spanish haunting. It has potential because of the designer. I hope it's beautiful. I hope the sets are very creative, but the storyline, don't know. Lagoon Show, man. I am so hyped. I've never experienced a Lagoon Show. I've watched the YouTube videos of the previous versions, and it just makes sense. My only con for it is just like the crowd flow. Because I haven't experienced it, I don't know how it changes things, but it adds to the overall being able to go to the event and feel like you're experiencing it without having to wait in line for a house. Next up is Hatchet and Chains. I think the Western storyline is gonna be cool. Like I like the idea of like going through a saloon, he's a bounty hunter searching for demons, and I have seen a picture of the facade for it, and I kind of like it. It looks like an old building, and I don't know, it's got a little sign for the Pony Express. Could be cute. Not cute, well themed, let's say that. All right, next up is the food. I don't know anything about the food, except I know last year, the Slimer Korean corn dog and, the Stay Puft s'more, I think I gained like 10 pounds just from those two items alone. Also just food, drinks, that's part of the event. Like I like going to something and being able to like just fully be immersed.
Yeah.
And enjoy it. Next up, Galkin, Monsters of the North. I'm excited to be in a chilly house. I am so hyped for that. I really enjoyed that last year with Ghostbusters, walking that first room, and I was like, ooh, I needed this. Also, there's like a little wolf in the picture for it, and I don't know, there just might be some cool puppets and cute little wolf babies in there. The Lagoon Show. I have that in there twice.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you already said the Lagoon Show.
I think I messed up somewhere.
Uh-oh, she doubled up. She lied about her feelings for the Lagoon show.
I think actually, yeah, my Lagoon show should have come up next. I copied and pasted it. So yeah, I would have put the Lagoon show higher on my list, I think. But whatever. Okay, so next up, Terrifier. Terrifier is the one thing I think that might actually get me. He's a scary clown. He's very scary. It's not even the gore that bothers me. It's just like, he's scary. Like, he's got those like really harsh features and like the black and white, and clowns are scary. But I am very excited for the Clown Cafe theme. I'm like, they could do some stuff with that. Also, the Wet and the Dry path, I think, is really creative. Like, I can't wait to see what that means. Five Nights at Freddy's. I couldn't even get through the movie, but I like the puppets are being done by the Henson Studio. I like that it's going to be a retro Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, probably not going to be that scary. We'll see. Okay, number 3 for me. Cursed Cat Lady of Crooked Lane. I can't wait for that cat lady. I can't wait for her trick-or-treating neighborhood. I can't wait for those weird cat kids. So one thing for me, I've always been jealous of the trick-or-treat scare zone. So maybe I can get that. Jason Universe is number 2 for me. A little shocking, but it's classic Halloween. Fallout, I could not do it because I love Fallout and I feel like I manifested it, and yeah, feels like it's for me.
Okay, I actually think our lists are actually going to be pretty similar.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was like, I'm not going to talk anymore.
I'm so sorry. I went way too long.
No, that's okay.
I think I'm hyped.
So I am going to do the opposite. I'm going to start at the top and go to the bottom because of the way it sort of shook out a little bit more. Okay. So like they followed you up. Now they're going to follow me back down.
Gotcha.
My number one thing, like I think I'm most hyped for at Halloween Horror Nights, is actually Galkin Monsters of the North, the haunted house. I just love a cold haunted house. It's like what you said, the image for it is kind of cool. I like the idea that it's going to snow, and I like the idea that every time I read the description, I was like, there's going to be like a big monster in here, and I think there's going to be some cool puppetry work, and I'm looking very much forward to this one.
I agree.
My number 2, Haunt-a-Phonic, A Ghoulish Journey, the new Lagoon show. I've loved the addition of the Lagoon show since 2019, and I am so grateful to have it back. And I just cannot wait because it happens like 5 times a night or something like that. And I just can't wait. I can't wait to see it this year and see what it's like and just feel that. And that really, for me, contributes to a really cohesive vibe to the event. So I'm very excited for that. My number 3, Cat Lady at Crooked Lane.
Yeah, there you go.
I cannot wait till we see all those pumpkins lit up in the trees on that sidewalk area, going from that like sort of Mel's area down to Animal Actors. I everything I've seen online so far of it being set up just looks so cool and like very traditionally Halloween, like very generic feeling Halloween in my head, like in the best way humanly possible.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait to see that. All lit up at night too.
I like
and
it
the photos to be able to
too.
take in there. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I love that her house is actually at the end. Like it's not. It's like in front of Animal Actors, not in the alley, which is really cool because it adds to that creep factor of the cursed like sort of walkway that you're going up, which I love that. So I can't wait to see it populated with those actors. Then I have Five Nights at Freddy's solely because I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm going to watch it before we go. But I am really excited for the idea of these giant Jim Henson puppet-like things that are murdering kids. There was a small scene in Slaughter Cinema 1 that was like kind of inspired by that, and I always loved that part, so I can't wait to see it as like a house. Next is food. Because I'm with you. I said it before. That Slimer Korean corn dog treated us so well last year. And that little baby.
It did till it didn't, Like...
I know, yeah, exactly. Until there was an addiction problem. Yeah. And then you were like, my heart's slowing.
I can only wear sweatpants.
And the little Stay Puff graham cracker guy. Oh my God. He was always so good. He was so
and
good.
Adorable.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was great. So I'm really curious to see how that all shakes out this year. And then I actually have the Mel's Dying Zombies street stuff there just out of sheer curiosity. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be like what you described. I think it's going to be like how during the day they have the doo-wop kids or whatever they're called come out and they do the dance in front. I think there's going to be like a thriller zombie I don't know if it'll be a thriller, but
Okay, well, I would love that.
I
Good
think it would be
point.
something like that.
Yeah.
And they'll just be out like kind of roaming just right there for a couple photos and a couple things and then leave.
I like that.
That's what I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then my next one after that, Hatchet and Chains, Demon Bounty Hunters, because I loved the, oh my gosh, it was like, not Sculpin, because that's a beer. Lightning Gulch. Lightning Gulch was like a
Okay.
Western house years ago,
Yeah.
and I just remember that having such a cool set. And again, I love that this comes from Slaughter Cinema. So I
Why
think
is Slaughter Cinema not a house
it's
every
just so
year?
good. Like
Little
it's so good.
Idea farm.
Oh, actually, I put food in here twice. I've done a you. Then I have I have the Jason Universe after that because
Okay.
it's a classic. And
Yeah.
honestly, we're gonna get Walking Through the Woods.
I know. That's what I'm hyped about. Summer
And
camp theme.
I
Come
guarantee
on.
you, there's gonna be like mirrors in the trees. So it's gonna be like tons of trees, and there'll be multiple. That's
Dude, the mirror
thing I'm
effect
getting.
is like,
Yeah.
that's, Oof.
So I'm looking forward to that. And then the next one is Fallout. I haven't watched it yet. And I have a feeling like when we redo this hype list as we go, a lot of this is going to change very much. But then actually your husband was the one who changed my opinion on the WWE Presents The Horrors of Wyatt 6.
God, I wish you've had him on as a guest. And could have like,
Seriously, Bentley, this was your episode to talk to us.
Oh gosh.
But he really kind of described it to me, and I was like, oh, actually, this does sound like it's going to be a great
Yeah.
Halloween Horror Nights house.
Yeah.
So very, very cool. Then I actually have the Masquerade Dance with Death.
Dude, we're lining up like in a lot of these things.
I feel like it could go either way. I've
It
kind of
could.
seen the Hollywood stuff they're putting up, and I'm like, okay, it'll be
Give
interesting.
me a Phantom of the Opera a little bit vibe.
Well, it's giving me that one part of Interview with the Vampire with like the Antonio
Yes,
Banderas
that
part.
is more-
Yeah, and
yep,
so I'm
there
like,
you go.
okay.
and that's great.
And I'm grateful because Kim's going this year and she loves that movie. And also I think she'll like the Galkin one. And so I'm like, okay, there's a couple things here.
Yeah.
Then I have El Artista Spanish Haunting because the description of the house has me really interested. I love the idea of like art coming to life where I'm like, that'd be a really cool like scary movie or like a Goosebumps book. It kind of sounds
like a
so.
Goosebumps book. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I have Terrifier after that. Haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
Know some of the things,
Dude,
but
that's going to kill you. You
Yeah.
hate clowns.
I know. I really do. And that's why I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm a little stressed about that.
It's
Because clown circus, specifically like circuses and clowns. So I'm glad that he's at least not in a circus. So it's like
No.
alleviates one of them. But after that, I have Origins of Horror. I am very happy this is back this year the way it is. Because from the look of the setup, it is that alley. Like you said, it is sort of that grand entrance thing. But the last time they had it there, I loved it because you go through and it had like all the different characters all mixed together, dancing there and being there. And it was like this highlight. And you were like, so like going in there for me or getting like a photo or a thing. Like I love that. But also I'm looking forward to seeing how the park feels a little more solidified again this year.
Yes,
with that
correct.
like cohesive and solidified. And then I have Mutations Toxic 20s because I am worried it's going to be a lot of 1920s gangsters running around with money bags. You didn't say that one, I don't think.
You know, and that's where I mess up with the Lagoon Show.
Yeah.
So Lagoon Show should have been higher, and then where I listed Lagoon Show first. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
So Toxic 20s is like midway through my list.
And then I have Dolls Let's Play literally for the same reasons, where I'm like, the Shrinking Down is interesting, but it does feel kind of a safe bet.
Yeah.
The Grave of Flesh, I hope, I have a feeling this one will go up for me, but right now it feels like Grave of Flesh, the description to me sounds like where you start with a house idea and then nothing really got added to it. But again, that could be just the description. So,
well, and also sometimes, I mean, I feel like Halloween Horror Nights gets a little complicated.
Yeah.
You know, where you're like, okay, you didn't have to take it that far. So
well,
maybe it's
I don't know.
simplicity's best.
I don't know because it really feels like you're just in a graveyard, then you go through a grave, and then you're in hell, and then it's like, okay. But like,
Wait,
will the average
talking about
guest?
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride? Or
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, you've been drinking and driving. Then I have Nightmare Fuel, Circus of Decay, because again, like I'm really happy that they do offer this really talented performers entertainment thing. It's just it's not really for me, but maybe this will be the year it does click with me. I'm very open to that, so I'm always. But again, it's Circus of Decay. I feel like the theme isn't
hasn't
stretching,
really
and I
changed.
just said I don't like circuses. So
yeah, fair enough.
And then Club Horror, because literally all the reasons I already said, where I was like, I don't know, but we'll see. I could be pleasantly surprised about that.
If there's no boobs.
If there's no boobs. I didn't say no boobs. There could be boobs. My boobs will be there. That's all I know. So that's what's most important.
Yeah, true.
So that is our list. We will revisit this list, of course. We have to. I'm really curious to see how this kind of shakes out opening
Mine's
weekend.
Change.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm
100%.
going to be disappointed, and things are at the top are going to fall.
I think it could happen, and it could be. I've had years where it's been like, there's nothing I don't like, where it'd be like everything was good, and that becomes hard, and then they'll be like, okay, well, what's great and what's good? I'm just really disappointed about the tribute store is the thing that kind of really bums me out. But so I'm hoping to be pleasantly surprised about that, and I am really interested to see how Dead Coconut Club shakes out. But either way, I am ready for
we're
this
revved and ready to
event.
go.
Yeah. So ready. And we are ready to take you along with us. So I can't wait to share all of that. So stay tuned to the channel because we'll be there opening weekend, delivering all this content best we can to you, trying to keep you up on the thing. So if you do have any questions or concerns about visiting Halloween Horror Nights, or maybe about staying in one of the hotels and doing that, or a weekend pass, or stay and Scream, or any of these types of tickets, or anything like that, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Again, agents over at dreamsunlimitedtravel.com can help you with that. And of course, leave those comments on this YouTube video if you're watching it here, or wherever you're listening to this podcast. And also, don't forget, we have an email, which is podcast@disunlimited.com, and we can get questions over there as well, because we want to make sure that you have the best spooky season that you can have, because we
That's
are
very
ready.
important.
I just can't wait for that food, baby.
Yeah, me too.
Very excited. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you, Hannah, for having this bewitching conversation.
Thank you. It was kind of stressful
Yeah.
for me. I gotta be honest.
I know.
Obviously, I'm like, oh,
You will be severely judged by the masses.
Know.
Yeah.
I'm new.
Yeah, please.
I'm new here.
Don't bully me. Yeah, but it'll be fun. I'm very excited to be out there. I can't wait. It's the best time of year.
Every time I went with you last year, I had a great time.
Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward to that. So I feel like we can't lose.
Yeah. So, well, fingers are crossed, and I'm ready to go. So thank you, everybody, for your support. If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click that bell button. You'll get notified whenever we upload any sort of content. And don't forget to rate and review the podcast if you're listening to this. That is going to do it for us. And remember, we'll be back with another episode. Be excellent to each other.